This is John from Indiana, and welcome to this week's Timeout Tuesday. My plan was to get on the IT12 this week. I hate to tell you, but I need to spend one more week on the Fender amp. Now, I know I didn't get a whole lot of great response on the Fender amp. I thought I'd get a lot better response than that. But I still need, there's a few things that I didn't quite go into detail enough for you to learn from this experience. And some of it was almost like a given that I assumed that you knew, and I'm not going to take that chance that you didn't. So there's a few things that I experienced there, and I don't know if any of you guys are really smart could probably see that I was having an education in myself on this amp, because I didn't quite understand what was going on in that schematic myself. So toward the end of the video last week, I did start understanding what was going on, and that brought me to another thing that I may still have to dig in here a little bit deeper. So I just want to spend one more week on it. If I don't get it by this week, we'll just move on to the IT12. So you're just going to have one more week on the Fender amp, and that way I'll feel good about my friend, and I'm going to send something back to him that's pretty decent. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and please tell your friends about it. We'll see you on the other side. And welcome to the video this week. I decided to go one more week on this tuner, on this amplifier, just to make sure that we have voltages close to what we need. And the first voltage that I'm checking is, and it's really hard for me to show you on this schematic, but I had to take this thing out of the holder because my holder won't reach the amplifier takes up too much desk space. But what I'm checking is this point right here. I'm connected to between resistor 18 and resistor 19. I'm checking right in the center of that, and it says I should get, you probably can't see it because let me zoom this in, maybe you can. It says I should have minus 40 volts DC right there, and I am assuming, I may be wrong, but I'm assuming that has to do with this adjustment that we did on the bias pot right here. So right now, I clipped on right there on between 18 and 19 are connected. 18, 19 sitting side by side. Underneath there, they're connected. And I'm getting minus 35, almost 36 volts. So I'm about 4 volts shy of being a negative 40. It needs a negative bias there. All right, so then the next part that I want to try to check is I want to check on the 6V6 tubes right down here, tubes 1 and 2. Over here, there's a voltage that we can check, and it says, I'm thinking, I need to blow it up a little bit, maybe I can see it on the phone here. I think it's 13 volts AC. Is that what that says? 13.9 or something like that. So we're gonna do that next. So I'm gonna get you back out here just a little bit, and I'm gonna connect on to pin 5. Okay, I connected down there on pin 5, and as you can see on the volts AC, I'm only getting less than a volt. I mean, it's 0.130, almost no voltage. So I'm gonna research on that. Alright, one thing I haven't figured out yet is where to get my voltage at for that. What it is coming off of these two resistors, that resistor there and that resistor, the two smaller brown ones. Either I'm not reading the schematic right or something on that. So I'm going to move on to the next one I want to check, and that was pin 8 of these tubes, and I'm clicking on the pin 8 here. And pin 8 is that yellow wire going up, and these are supposed to be 23 microvolts DC, and I'm at 25 microvolts DC on that one. Let's see what this other pin 8 is. Try not to shock myself. And that one's 28 microvolts DC. So those are pretty close. One's a little bit off from the other one, so I'll figure that out. But other thing I found while I was playing around here, I don't know if you saw me on the last video. I was going through an educational process, and while I was doing the video, I thought I had a good understanding of this bias pot area. That's this pot right here. That's this sitting right here. And I thought I had a good understanding of that because it looks like it sits in the center of the bias pot, and you can push it one way or the other on that bias pot. That's a 10K bias pot is what it is. And my thinking then, that would increase the bias on one tube and decrease the bias on the other tube. But for whatever reason, out of the way they got this wired through here, it all goes back to one line. So I'm not quite sure. I think after, you probably saw the evolution going on in my mind when we were doing the video, but I thought like when you turn one way, it would bring one tube down and another tube up. But from what was happening is we were having both tubes move the same way. The other problem I noticed is that this bias pot, for me we were at 35 volts this morning. For me, I can't go anymore, so I can't bring it up to 40 volts. So does that tell me that maybe there's something wrong where I can't get my negative 40 that I need? This really has nothing to do with the centering and the matching of the tubes. Matter of fact, I'll talk on that just for a minute too. When we did the tube matching, I put two exact, as far as emissions, I put two exact tubes in. But that wasn't working because they were both coming off wrong. So you can have multiple things. It isn't just the matched tubes, because you also have to your plate dissipation has to match up too, and that's what was not matching up. My tubes matched up to each other, but my plate dissipation did not match up, and so there could be multiple things that cause that. It could be some internal component of the tube is just not as good as the other tube, even though it's got the same emissions. It might just not be working exactly right. It could be some gas coming in there. It could be a lot of things like that. But it also could be, still, and that's why I'm doing these voltage checks right now, is it could be something in a resistor or capacitor that's not working just right, and creating some of these issues that I was getting. So I just want to eliminate that, and then we shouldn't be all the way biased to one side of that pot. That we should be kind of somewhere in the middle, and maybe a little bit off one side or the other, but we shouldn't be all the way to one side on this pot. And so that bothers me, that we may have an issue, and that's why I decided to do another week on this, so we can start testing some voltages. So I'm gonna continue on here. I don't think it's I really don't think it has anything to do with this part of the tube, because that matched up pretty good. So the cathode biasing on here, this part seems like it's good, and I am off a little bit on one, so we might need to check these two resistors right here just to make sure that we have good resistance on those two resistors. So I am going to do that. But as far as the other side over here, I'm not getting my minus 40, I'm getting my minus 35, and I don't know what that 5 volts negative, what difference that would make, but it could make a little bit of a difference. So I'm going to verify all that. I'm going to make sure all these voltages match up. Now, I'm still not understanding what was going on here when I was trying to measure that AC voltage, and I'm trying to figure out how in the world even AC is on that line right there, because you got DC coming into that line. So I'm still a little confused on that. I'm not going to lie to you. There's things about this schematic that I do not understand, and I do not understand exactly what's going on in the biasing yet. I thought I did, but I feel like there's some things that are happening there that I am not aware of what's happening. But one thing I do feel comfortable with is the portion right here on the cathode portion. I feel that we're pretty close on that. I will test these two resistors, make sure we're good on them. But I'm going to test these resistors, and we're going to make sure all this thing's operating properly. But for me to understand what to do here, I'm going to test that resistor, and And then I got to figure out what this little guy is too, because there's another trimmer right there, so it might be something there. So I'm going to do a little more study and I'll come back. All right, I went over all these resistors, any resistor in line with the whole biasing of this section. I checked all the resistors in this area again, and everything is spot on. So the only thing that's wrong is that is all the way to one side, and that kind of points back to the tubes. And so what I'm doing is, even though I went through a bunch of tubes, I've got a whole bunch more out in the garage. So I'm back over here again, and I'm going to find me some more tubes and try to get me some with a little more power and that are matched better, and hopefully that'll solve this problem, because that bias pot should not be all the way to one side. So that's what I'm doing right now. While I'm waiting on this thing to heat up over there, and if you can see, I brought out a bunch more tubes. I'm gonna just go over this a little bit. The reason I'm going back to the tubes is you can only have a few things that are wrong. Is that bias pot could be bad. There could be something wrong with the bias pot itself. Probably not, because I see it fluctuating when I turn it, and everything seems to be working fine on that. And we tested every component over here, including I was making sure I get in the right power to electrolytics, making sure I get in the right power. All the voltages match up. So it kind of brings it back to we got to have something still going wrong with a tube. One of the tubes or one of these ports is pulling something a little bit off, and it's throwing everything off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a bunch of tubes tested up, give me some more matching pairs, and then I'm going to try different matching pairs in there and just see the result that it has on the bias pot. And then I'm going to try swapping tubes. Like if my bias is still off to one side, I'm going to swap them around and see if my bias does something different. And that's my plan next. So it's going to take me a few more minutes to get these tubes all tested. All right, I'll come back when I get that done. Getting ready to test this. I'm going to try, I got 3 of them to test at emissions 88. And we're going to try to play around with them a little bit and see if that changes what I get on this bias pot. All right, I'm running this thing up. Right now we're at 34, and I got that put on backwards. On I'm at minus 34 on this one. Like I say, we're looking for minus 40. And I don't think I can get any more out of that. Just about 35. Okay. Well, let's see what I get on my, let me get set up. We'll see what we get on our dissipation. I went through probably 20 tubes. I've got them all laid out here, and there's a bunch in that box over there. But bottom line, I think I found the closest match I can get here, and it let me get that bias pot turned way down, which is good. But we're going to go with these 2 tubes right here. It gets me real close. One is 9.58 plate dissipation, and the other one is 10. So it's real close on the plate dissipation too, and it's still under the limit that we need. So I think we're going to go with this. I'm going to test it again and see if I get better sound out of it now. And then no matter what, I'm done on this one. So we're going to turn it on and see if I can get a signal going through, and then we'll call it a day. All right, I've got a tone going through, and it looks like everything's going to be pretty decent. I'm still checking my plate dissipation right here. See how close they stay with me putting a little bit of oomph to it. And it's a little bit off, but I don't think I'm going to get any closer with the tubes I got on hand here. So I think we're going to let this ride. These 2 tubes working together pretty good. I'm not going to turn that up real well. All right, I'm going to let him test it out with his guitar next. So, all right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. I hope you learned a little bit, especially, you know, on the plate dissipation side, and on understanding matching tubes and all that. But I feel a lot better about things now, and hopefully we'll get him over here and test. I might add that in as one more little clip of a video or somewhere where we're running this thing with an actual guitar. But we needed to spend this one more week in there just testing voltages and checking things a little bit more, just to make me feel comfortable. All right, thank you guys for watching, and please tell your friends about it. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. I just want to close out all my videos with this right here. This is my my motto, and it's going to be our channel motto from now on. It's sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. We don't ever want to lose. We want to learn from every mistake we made. I thank you guys for watching.